Hello and welcome to Travel Better. My name is Hannah and I'm your sustainable and adventure travel specialist. Today I'm really excited to be joined by Patrice and Giselle from Sandals and Beaches Resorts. Maybe you've heard of Sandals and Beaches, or maybe you've even been to one of their beautiful luxury all-inclusive resorts in the Caribbean, but you might not know about their Sandals Foundation. This foundation is how Sandals gives back to the communities and destinations where their resorts are located. And I'm really excited to hear all about their projects and their new 40 for 40 initiative. Thank you, Patrice and Giselle, so much for being here today.
Thank you so much for having us, Hannah.
Thanks for having us. We're excited to be here.
Yes, well, I'm excited to learn all about what you do. But first, Giselle, do you want to share a little bit about Sandals and Beaches and the resorts that you have?
Of course, I would absolutely love to take you on a very quick journey about Sandals and Beaches Resorts, who we are, and what you can expect when you book that Sandals or Beaches vacation with Hannah. So let's jump right in. I want to let everybody know that we are a very proud family-owned and operated Jamaican brand. We're absolutely committed to excellence, and that's seen in every single vacation that our guests experience over the last 40 years. We're committed to exceptional service standards and amenities, and that's why we've been voted the world's best all-inclusive resort for the past 26 years in a row by the World Travel Awards. That's like the Grammys and the Oscars of the travel industry, so it's a very, very big deal. Sandals is a paradise created for two people in love. We are an adults-only, couples-only resort. All you need is love to visit our Sandals resorts and you'll have a fantastic time. At Beaches, it's our family resort made by Sandals. It's your perfect getaway for unforgettable family fun in the Caribbean sun. It's great for a solo trip if you want to get away by yourself. It's great for a girls trip if you want to reconnect with your friends, your cousins, your sisters. It's good for a guys trip too. And Beaches Resorts, just like Sandals, has won lots of accolades. Earned rather, and Beaches has been the world's leading all-inclusive family resort brand for the last 23 years in a row. So you're definitely in great quality when you're visiting our resorts. We currently have 15 Sandals and 3 Beaches resorts in these beautiful destinations in the Caribbean. We started off in Jamaica and we have grown to these other tropical destinations, and we will be opening our newest destination in Curacao this June. So by the time you're seeing this, you will be able to enjoy Sandals Royal Curacao. For our Beaches Resorts brand, we currently have 3 resorts, 2 in Jamaica and 1 in Turks and Caicos for you and your family to enjoy. We have incomparable suites. We have iconic suites that you can enjoy at Sandals and at Beaches Resorts. We were the very first with the overwater bungalows in the Caribbean. True luxury. You no longer have to fly an entire day to enjoy these kinds of suites. You could take a quick 4-hour flight to Jamaica and enjoy this. So at Sandals, we have Love Nest suites. There are also those villa suites that have your private plunge pools. We have pools in the sky. We have swim up suites, 1-bedroom suites, you name it. There's a wide variety of accommodations. And at Beaches Resorts, we have our Togetherness suites, where we have 4-bedroom villas, 3 bedrooms, 2 bedrooms, 1 bedrooms to enjoy for your larger size families or your multi-generational trips. So we really do cater to service when it comes to your accommodations and your experience on resort. Our Club Sandals or concierge level at Beaches does come with your own concierge that meets you on arrival, privately check you in our club lounge. They contact you throughout the day, throughout your entire stay, to assist with planning your entire vacation experience while on resort. There's exclusive events for these guests. The list go on and on and on. Now, if you're looking for that personalized, top-notch service, you want to book yourself into a butler accommodation. Every single need is anticipated with absolutely minimal intrusions. These butlers are trained to the accordance to exacting standards by the Guild of Professional English Butlers. So they know what they're doing. They cater to everything, whether you're at the beach or lounging by the pool. Your butler is always on hand for bringing you fresh towels, a bottle of sparkling wine, or anything else that's legal, moral, ethical, and available in destination that you can dream about. So about our inclusion, let's talk about that a little bit. Every single thing is included at your Sandals and Beaches vacation. You can literally leave your wallet at home and enjoy a true luxury, everything included, everything unlimited experience. You have your luxurious and your spacious accommodations, your hotel taxes, gratuities, even tips are included. We include round trip airport transfers between the airport and the resort, and those are privately done by us. You have your shuttle bus that you share with people who are arriving at the same exact time as you, going to your same exact resort. And our higher level accommodations do come with those private transfers, whether you're in a BMW or you're arriving in even more style in a Rolls Royce or a Mercedes transfer, luxury is included. I do have a quick video where I want to share with you what you can expect when you're vacationing at Sandals Resorts. Let's take a look.
Sandals includes everything. Motorized sports, scuba diving, gourmet food, premium drinks. Now that's freedom!
It's all for you.
Freedom!
It's the best show in town. I give you. Yes, it's right. Start right now.
Sandals doesn't just include everything. They include the best of everything, delivering an unmatched and truly unforgettable 5-star luxury included experience. Sandals includes everything, so you don't have to worry about anything.
So
Wow. That's amazing.
video is so good. I dance every time. I hear that video so many times every week. And it just gets me every time. So you really can expect freedom, a worry-free, stress-free vacation experience. My favorite part of our inclusions is our water sports. I'm a water baby. I love going out snorkeling every single day that I can. You actually go on a dive boat to what you're seeing on our screen right now, to an actual coral reef in the sea. So you're seeing aquatic life. You never know what you're going to encounter. So it's such a great experience, especially in Turks and Caicos, where the waters are just so stunning. I love going out on our Hobie Cat sails. Our water sports team takes me out. They actually taught me how to sail a few years ago, but I'm a little bit rusty now. So they're going to have to teach me again, and they can teach you too. It's all included. It's all unlimited. So I want to whet your appetite a little bit more about our resorts and talk about 3 of our super popular destinations. Jamaica is where it all started. Barbados is your cosmopolitan paradise, and Curacao is an extremely high demand, just like the rest of our resorts. Even though it's just now opening, we are pretty much booked solid for the next few months throughout the end of the year. So let's take a look first at Jamaica, where the magic started. We have 6 resorts to choose from, and 4 of the most popular tourist regions of Jamaica. It's a super quick flight from Toronto Pearson Airport, just under 4 hours, direct on Air Canada, WestJet, and there's connecting flights if you need those as well. So Sandals Montego Bay is actually our flagship resort that started the magic back in 1981. We're sitting on 26 acres of land. So that's lots of space to spread out. It's a very walkable 26 acres. And we're on 1 mile of private white sand beach to really enjoy and relax and rejuvenate. We have 272 rooms and suites here at this resort. So lots of space, not too many people, which is great for physical distancing and enjoying luxury and romance and privacy. We have lots of swim up suites to choose from at this resort, whether beachfront, oceanfront, or garden view is your vibe, we have it all. The rooms have this beautiful modern contemporary decor. Every single one of our resorts are different. So you want to make sure you're talking to Hannah, selecting the best resort that's for you, because if this decor style is not your vibe, we do have that traditional Caribbean if you're into that kind of decor style. So we have something for everybody. Sandals Montego Bay has 12 restaurants. These are two of my favorites, Butch's Steak and Seafood, which is absolutely amazing. The steak there is so good. There's so many different cuts and styles to choose from. Our soy sushi bar is a guest favorite. I love going to soy before heading over to Butch's and then go somewhere else for dessert. So you too can dine around and enjoy. We have 6 bars to choose from. Latitude's Overwater Bar is my favorite. I love to grab a Bailey's banana colada and grab one of those hammocks that are facing the sea and just enjoy looking at the waves and just relaxing with my nice cool drink. If you want to get married with us, the Overwater Wedding Chapel is a fantastic choice at this resort. It is super stunning. This photo doesn't know justice. So definitely consider us too if you're thinking of your destination wedding or just eloping with your partner. Sandals South Coast in Jamaica is one of they're all my favorites actually, but this one really is near and dear to me. I love how rural this area is in Jamaica. So if you're looking for something that's a little bit more off the beaten path, but you still want to enjoy the all-inclusive experience, Sandals South Coast is it. We have lots of water features at this resort for all of our water lovers, with our overwater bungalows, another overwater wedding chapel, another overwater bar. We have our iconic swim up Rondeval suites, which are villa suites in the round. There's so much to offer at this resort. Over in Barbados, we are located right in the St. Lawrence Gap, which is walking distance to local shopping and nightlife. So you can come off the resort and enjoy the local experience of Barbados. You do get that complimentary VIP arrival service with your Rolls-Royce transfers for our top level butler accommodations at this resort. And for your cruise lovers, this is actually a great destination to have your pre and post cruise stays at Sandals Barbados or Sandals Royal Barbados if you just can't get enough of this beautiful island. This resort has 5 pools and 18 restaurants and 12 bars to enjoy at Sandals Royal Barbados and Sandals Barbados. So in Curacao, our newest destination, you can expect luxurious rooms and suites with that crisp, modern design infused with the Caribbean warmth of Curacao. Guests who are choosing this accommodation in the Curacao Island Suites and the Awa Seaside Bungalows can explore every inch of this Caribbean gem in a stylish Mini Cooper that's complete with a guided map to all there is to see and do and self-explore on this island. I can't wait to get down here and drive this Mini Cooper myself and see what Curacao has to offer. So just like Sandals, you can expect amazing quality at Beaches Resorts. Something that is a key selling feature is our age-appropriate kids camp. We take kids as young as 0. So just a few months old or a few weeks old, as long as the doctor says they're safe to travel, we do have kids camp, a grouping for them. And we take kids as high as 17 years old for our kids camp as well. So that's a wide variety of things to do for kids of all ages. If private childcare is what you desire for your kiddies, that's definitely available at a nominal charge. And best of all of our kids camp staff are proud members of the International Nanny Association, and they are also trained autism personnel. So if your children have any special needs, especially autism, you definitely want to consider Beaches Resorts, as we are advanced certified autism centers at all 3 of our resorts. So that was our very quick journey through our Sandals and Beaches Resorts to give you a little taste of what you can expect. You want to reach out to Hannah and find the best sandals and or beaches resorts that's for you. So of course, environmental sustainability and just giving back to the world is extremely important to us. And I will pass it off to my colleague, Patrice from the Sandals Foundation, who will tell you all about the good work that we are doing in our homes.
Thank you so much, Giselle. I think I can't wait to get back on a resort right now with this amazing reintroduction and of really what the hotels have to offer. And yes, yes, and yes, Sandals and Beaches is where you can go and come to celebrate love. And I like to think of the Sandals Foundation as the heart of the company that definitely shows love to the communities that we are involved in and we are present in. So Sandals Foundation is the philanthropic arm of Sandals Resorts, and we are located and we operate in every island that houses a Sandals and Beaches Resorts. And we celebrate 13 years. We came together in 2009, but what happened in 2009 was really a formalization of a culture that was already present within the company. So as Giselle said, our first resort opened in Montego Bay in 1981. 1981. And our late founder and chairman, Gordon Bush Stewart, he was a giver personally, a big-hearted philanthropist. And what he would do is he would reach out to the communities and the people within the communities, team members and externals, and wherever he saw a need, he was that person to give back. And so what you found happening is as the company grew and more resorts started to come on board and we started to go into new islands, of course, we are seeing needs within these communities. And it as a company that speaks to the Caribbean as our home and wanting to share that home with guests, it was important for us to take a very strong position and responsibility in making sure that the communities in which we operated were at their best. So pretty much the essence of the Sandals Foundation, our mandate is really to improve people's lives and empower families right across the Caribbean. And we've been doing that unofficially since 1981, officially since 2009, and we're going farther. And the more communities that we go into, is the more work that we do. We are a registered charity across the United States, the UK, and Canada. And so we welcome donations, we welcome support from all these regions and more. And we really work in three main areas. And any project that we do, any program that we get involved with, we always try to ensure that they are sustainable. So if you are interested in traveling for a purpose and traveling with a purpose, you want to come to a Sandals, you want to come to a Beaches, and you want to get involved with Sandals Foundation, because by no stretch of the imagination, we are in it, elbows deep, working with local partners, empowering communities in areas of environmental conservation, in the areas of community development, and in the areas of educational support. So there is so much that we do on a regular basis, and it's all about using the power of tourism to really transform lives, because this industry affects and impacts and touches the lives of so many people right across the Caribbean. It is the largest employer across the Caribbean. So if you think about every corner of a community, there is so much that the tourism industry can do. And so this year, as we celebrate 40th anniversary of our Sandals parent company, we are using our machinery to implement 40 community projects that are sustainable and that touch the lives of people in so many ways. So you're talking about supporting and trying to ensure food security by supporting farming and agricultural personnel. We're looking at the next generation of tourism service providers by working with schools across the region that have hospitality certification programs to ensure that the best is always provided when you come to a Sandals or a Beaches Resorts. We are looking at making sure that the culture within the Caribbean is or continues to be vibrant, and those who support and share the culture through their artisan crafts and products, we're training them and teaching them how to level up, for want of a better word, how to produce more, but still keeping the authenticity of it, and how to package and market. So when you come to a Sandals resort and you go into a resort shop, you're seeing locally made crafts that are unique to every island, and from which sales are then reinvested into the communities and into the lives of these artisans and their communities to keep that going. And understand that by training these artisans, we're not just training persons whose products we want only in a Sandals or Beaches Resorts. We're building their capacity so they can share these products in whatever space that they operate. So it's looking at really long-term transformation and empowerment of communities. We're working with small businesses in communities. We're talking hairdressers. We're talking cook shops. We're talking fruit vendors, like anything that you can think of that is Caribbean. These are the men and women that keep communities going and support livelihoods, and that's what we are in it for. And of course, we are looking at environmental conservation right across the board. So you come here, you're going to enjoy our beaches and our mountains and our biodiversity, and we're working with those local partners to make sure that those natural resources are preserved and conserved and protected, so we can keep the love going. So I'm really excited about traveling with a purpose. That is exactly what Sandals and Beaches is about. We've been doing this before corporate social responsibility was a thing. And I think I can safely say we've kind of perfected the art. And there's so many ways that guests can get involved even before they get onto an island. And I'm looking forward to sharing so much more about that with you.
Fabulous. Awesome. Thank you for that quick overview. Yeah, I would love to learn more about how guests can get involved, because I know, like you said, even before they travel or once they're in destination, there's a lot of guests who want to, lend a helping hand or donate or meet people who work there or live in the communities. So maybe explain a little bit more about how they can do that.
So I think for every person, giving back is something that they do, and they'll probably want to give back to a program that is special to them. So what's pretty cool about the Sandals Foundation is we have 3 main areas that we're working in. You can go on our website and you can read about these areas and a myriad of projects that we have going on. So take, for example, in the area of education, we build schools, or we improve the infrastructure of schools. And I'm talking about building playgrounds, creating fencing, so you have improved security. We're providing hand wash stations, so there is sanitation and water catchment facilities, so you have that consistent water supply to support the schools and the communities that they are in. We are providing books. We're doing literacy training for teachers and students. We're training teachers on how to really make classes and learning exciting. We have scholarships for kids to get them through high schools, and we follow them right up to tertiary education. No matter what they want to do, we're there standing by their side to make sure that they have that kind of support. And then you jump over to community development, where we have been working with so many partners across the Caribbean in youth mentorship programs. We have been working with them in sports programs. We have women empowerment programs that are helping women who are in challenging spaces transition into a space that is more, empowers them. Yes, we have programs where we work with teen mothers, programs where we get them back into a structured education system teaching them certain skills as it relates to digital literacy, and also teaching them how to continue to be amazing moms in that time for them. We provide sanitary conveniences for women across the Caribbean. We work with organizations that provide counseling for abused families, and especially during the COVID-19 pandemic, those kinds of helplines that were originally designed to help communities go through familial or abuse situations started to evolve in terms of helping families cope with how to mentally deal with and continue through the COVID-19 pandemic. So we work with organizations that are really transformational in how they really operate by looking at the needs within communities and offering those practical solutions to get them through. And then, of course, in the environmental space, we manage marine sanctuaries. We've established marine sanctuaries to just ensure that our marine space is taken care of and the livelihoods that they support are continued to be taken care of. We plant trees. We have solid waste management programs taking place in communities and in schools. We have programs where we are managing and taking care of or getting rid of invasive species in our terrestrial spaces as well as in our marine spaces. And a major thing for us is education. So we work within communities, we work with schools to replant mangroves, to teach them about the beauty of their biodiversity and their natural environment, so they too can be empowered to be stewards. So if you think about it, we have at any given time over 100 programs taking place across the Caribbean. And as a guest coming, you can definitely get on our website. You can look at the different programs, and you can either donate just generally, and that money will go 100% to any of the programs, or you can select one of our many programs that you want to directly support. And of course, those funds will definitely help to keep that program going. So you donate. And then now you've booked your trip and you're coming to Jamaica, Barbados, Grenada, anywhere. We have a partnership with an organization called Pack for Purpose, that wherever destination that they operate, all we ask of you is to pack 5 pounds of school supplies or feminine products. You can check out their website, and each community has different needs. And all we ask, 5 pounds of those supplies, you bring them to the resort, you bring them to the front desk, and you give them over to our Sandals Foundation ambassadors, because every team member is a Sandals Foundation ambassador. And we will, of course, ensure that those supplies get to the communities, get to the schools, and get to the organizations that they're intended. So though there's so many ways, and then of course you're on resort, and we'll always have activities for you to do that support the Sandals Foundation initiatives. There are community visits that you can take place, activities that you can do, whether it is visiting the Oysters Bay or a fish fry in Barbados that we work with consistently just to keep the momentum going. And we're super excited as we're able to do more in the communities across the region. There will be more opportunities for guests to really get involved with.
Wow, that's amazing. I love how much you're doing, and it seems like as you get bigger and bigger, there's just more and more projects that you're taking on. So that's wonderful.
It's a mouthful.
I'm sure it is. It's hard to remember all of the good things that you do. I know you talked a little bit about how you work a lot with youth and educating youth, and even getting people ready for the future of the tourism industry and probably the future of Sandals and Beaches Resorts. So maybe talk a little bit about your employees at Sandals and Beaches or in the foundation as well, and how many of them are local to the destinations that you are located in?
So pretty much the Sandals Foundation, we work with locals, and with the Sandals Foundation, the employees that make up our resorts are from the communities and the countries within the Caribbean. And then with the Sandals Foundation, we are proud to say that we are the boots on the grounds that are connected to the local organizations who are rooted within the communities, so they know the needs of those communities and they're established and trusted. And we work with those local community groups to really execute, provide that support, and get them to be where they want to be to achieve the goals that they need to achieve. So I am proud to say that 100%. We're working with local community groups, and of course, we're creating networks. So we are utilizing the resources from a global partnership, global network. We're utilizing our space within the Caribbean, connecting international to local, strengthening capacities to always ensure that we are answering the needs within the Caribbean space.
Yeah. And just to piggyback on that, our resort staff, we have over 15,000 staff. It definitely mirrors the destination that you're visiting. We are the largest employer in the Caribbean in this tourism sector for sure. And you'll see that well over half of our staff is actually local to the destination that you're in. I'm here working in Canada and I'm actually born and raised in Jamaica. So that goes further to speak to that too. So the other balance that makes up our entire workforce, it's going to be mostly Jamaicans, as well as personnel that are native to the countries of our cuisine types that we offer, because that does lend further to that high level of authenticity in what you're receiving at our resorts. So just like the foundation, everybody as possible is going to be local to the destination too.
That's awesome. I love that, because like you said, it really gives you that authentic version of, the destination that you're visiting, and getting those restaurants like sushi restaurants or Indian restaurants, when you have cooks who are from those destinations as well. That's amazing. So then in terms of, like, obviously with the COVID-19 pandemic that sort of threw everyone for a loop, maybe speak to a little bit about what Sandals and Beaches did to support your employees during the pandemic. And I mean, it's still continuing today.
So the Sandals Foundation, our team members are our biggest ambassadors. They are the eyes and ears within our resorts that help us to understand what is happening within the communities, where those needs are, and how we can respond. As a company, the company, it's never a second guess as to how we're going to support or when we're going to support. It's always, okay, let's start by doing this, and then we transition to more. So the company was very, very great in supporting team members in providing social services, products, food, care, products that would support them, making sure that they were meeting their nutritional needs, while there was need for a restructuring or shutting down of operations because there was a pause on travel. The company was very good in terms of taking care of the team members and checking in and making sure that no one lost their jobs. So persons were able to come back to work as soon as possible. On the side of the Sandals Foundation, we were supporting our communities by providing for welfare needs, by providing for the needs within schools and making sure that they were ready whenever time was of the essence to get back into school, by building water stations, by providing water catchment facilities, providing sanitation and cleaning agents, working with the ministries of education to just see what are the needs, how do we get kids back into school while kids were out of school. How do we get them onto those digital devices to ensure that their lessons were continuing? We had a campaign called Lessons Alive, where we raised funds and we were able to purchase digital devices and distributing them, I'm talking across the Caribbean.
Wow.
Yes, just to ensure kids had that kind of support. And then of course, we're providing training to teachers who now have to understand, how do I teach in a digital space? That's a completely different kettle of tea, right? And so we had to train teachers of how to do that. We were engaging local seamstresses to create masks to give away to their communities. We were providing meal vouchers to the elderly, persons within our scholarship, Care for Kids scholarship program. These are families that would have already had need for assistance in a regular day. So now you're going through a pandemic. We were making sure that those families were equally supported. We had artisans who no longer were selling their products. And so we had to look at those artisans and the value chain of personnel that they are working with and provide support to them. So we were providing support to hospitals. It's providing support to medical practitioners when they're going out and they're doing their COVID tests and their response and their education. We're providing meals. We're making sure that they're fine. When it was time for vaccines, we're providing supplies to house the vaccine. So 360 degrees, the need was there during the COVID pandemic, and we knew that we had to respond, and we were looking at how do we create those practical solutions within those times.
Wow, that's incredible. And it really shows how much, your employees are supported both before the pandemic and now, and I'm sure into the future. So that's fabulous. I have another question, maybe going back to food, because I always love to talk about food. And maybe talk a little bit about where your food and your ingredients are sourced. Do you get them locally? Are they provided by farmers, or are they imported at all? I would love to know.
Over 90% of the food that is shared within a Sandals and Beaches Resort is sourced locally, hands down. We, as a company, we're really good at, I don't want to say we're really good at it. We're committed to supporting the local livelihoods and the local industries. And so we work along with farmers and with service providers locally to ensure that only the best is provided and everything is authentic to the spaces.
That's amazing. That's good to hear. And I mean, when you go to a destination, you want to experience the food that they have there. So that's awesome that you're doing that.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe a difficult question as we get towards the end of our interview portion. I don't know if either of you have a favorite beaches or sandals resort, but if you do, or a favorite destination, I would love to know which one's your favorite.
Oh, wow. So each resort is unique. Every resort has a unique energy to it. You'll have a Sandals Montego Bay, we call that. It's like a party central, like more so for the young, hip couple. Or you'll go to a Sandals South Coast, which is a little bit more laid back, but the layout of the resort and the amenities, amazing. Every resort has it. So I think, what are you in the mood for? Let's start at one and just keep going to the others. Yes, I'm absolutely loving Sandals Grenada, Barbados. The resort is amazing. I have team members here that say no one throws a party like a beaches party. So you're bringing your family to a beaches resort, you're going to have some of the best parties to attend, hands down. So yes, everyone is unique. Giselle, I know you're probably going to have some challenge choosing, but they're all amazing.
Of course, it's like asking who's your favorite child, right? We absolutely love every single resort for a different reason. So it really is, what are you in the mood for? And then we'll tell you what's our favorite one. So I think my default Sandals is Sandals South Coast. And that's just because of how rural the area is, it reminds me of home. Even though I grew up in the city, it reminds me of those weekend drives out to the country areas, to really just enjoy nature. So I love that about Sandals South Coast. But when I'm in that mood for a party, like Patrice said, Sandals Montego Bay is what I go for. Sandals Ochi is a mecca for entertainment. So if I want our speakeasy bar at the Rabbit Hole, that's where I'm going. I spent 7 weeks at Sandals Grenada. I know, I'm super lucky. So that one is very near and dear to me. Imagine 7 weeks at one resort. I never got bored. Okay. Oh my God. I never got tired of the food. I never got tired of the drinks. It was just so amazing. So really, St. Lucia is fantastic. It feels like Jamaica on a Sunday. All three of the resorts are so good. If you know about Jamaica on a Sunday, it's relaxed, it's laid back. It just feels so good. So, it's really hard to pick. So I know that probably didn't help much, but really the takeaway is, what are you in the mood for? And then we can let you know which one is the best sandals or the best beaches based on that vacation mood. So I hope that helped you a little bit narrow it down.
I feel
And
like
of
that's a
course,
bit of a
Hannah,
cheat.
you're vacationing for a purpose, right? So you can also think about what outreach activity would you like to get involved with? So do you
Right.
want to be
Exactly.
part of a turtle conservation and see baby turtles get hatched and actually take their first steps to the ocean? You definitely know you're going to go to a Sandals Ochi or the beaches in Boscobel. So there's so much that you can experience and so many different reasons to make that decision.
Mhm. All right. Okay. I'll give you that one. I'll let you off easy, but I agree. It's definitely hard to choose, and they all have something special. Like every resort has their own unique um, characteristics. So I think you're right. Depending on what you want, where you want to go, and how you want to be involved, we can find the best resort for you. And my last question, maybe more for Giselle, is how easy is it to hop between the resorts, or even to island hop and go and spend a few days here, a few days here? Is that something that people do typically?
Oh, yes. And it's something that we definitely recommend. It's something that we encourage. We are a proud Caribbean people, so we want you to experience our homes. So if you're in the Eastern Caribbean, that's usually the easiest to island hop. So if you're going between St. Lucia and Barbados, for example, the flight time is less than 1 hour and there's direct flights available. So if you have a little bit more time, we highly recommend doing that island hop. If you want to experience the Bahamas, you can go between Nassau and Great Exuma. That's a great option as well. And sometimes you can get between Jamaica and maybe Turks and Caicos or Bahamas. It all depends on the flight schedule. So if island hopping is what you're looking for, Hannah can definitely take a look at the flight schedule, and then we'll figure everything else out to make sure that you have a great island hopping experience for your vacation.
Perfect. That sounds like a dream right now. It's exactly what I want to do. Okay, so I know we have a quick video that explains some of Sandals Foundation's 40 for 40 initiative. I don't know if there's anything you wanted to say before the video, but yeah, I'm excited to watch it.
I just wanted to say thank you so much. Thank you, Hannah, for inviting us. Thank you, everybody, for watching and listening. I hope we encouraged you. I hope you're excited for your next Sandals and Beaches vacation.
Definitely repeating those sentiments. The Caribbean is where you want to be, and a Sandals and Beaches Resorts is where you want to go, especially if you want to vacation for a purpose. We're very excited to speak about our 40 for 40 projects, sustainable projects right across the Caribbean, touching so many facets of Caribbean people's lives. And you can definitely help us do that when you vacation with us, even before you get here. So take a look and let's book your vacation with Hannah.
Thank you for watching this episode of Travel Better with Patrice and Giselle from Sandals and Beaches Resorts. I hope you learned a lot about the beautiful Sandals and Beaches Resorts throughout the Caribbean and their amazing Sandals Foundation. If you're interested in learning more, check out the links below and then contact me to book your next luxury all-inclusive vacation. Thanks again for watching. We'll see you next time.